Hello everyone and welcome to another royal reading here at MadWorldTarot. Today we have the Deviant Moon Tarot on the tarot table. Moon, I think, being the operative word. We are looking today, first of all, at that love board that Megan posted on their 7th wedding anniversary mood board. Some people are calling it. It raised some eyebrows, shall we just say. First of all, there seemed to be quite obvious photoshopping in a lot of instances. Those internet sleuths were on it straight away. It amazes me how they find the things that they do, but some rather strange things in some of the pictures. And then, of course, there was the rather odd fact that only one ultrasound scan was on the mood board, the love board, whatever Megan wants to call it, and all identifying features had been removed. That was rather strange, but the strangest thing of all was the picture of the naked bump, and that has caused a lot of speculation. If Megan was trying to silence a speculation around her pregnancies and the rumors around the bumps and alleged surrogacies and things like that, well, she's managed to achieve the exact opposite effect, because there's been lots of comment about that picture, that she seems super skinny in it to be carrying such an enormous bump, skinny arms, skinny boobs, and the bump seems to have a seam down the side, and it also seems to be rather shiny for skin, human skin. And so some people, in fact many people, who were firmly in the camp of Meghan Markle carried both babies herself, have now changed their opinions. People who believed her, people who vehemently defended her, have now come out and said they have been convinced by this photo that she didn't, in fact, carry her own babies. So that's interesting, don't you think? So we're going to look at this with the, I nearly said the Moon Bump Tarot. No, the Deviant Moon Tarot. And we're going to ask how aware she is of all the rumors and speculation around her pregnancies, how intent she was on clapping back or silencing rumors or proving a point. We know that in the podcasts that she's doing at the moment, whatever they call the female founders thing, there is constant reference to her pregnancies, and if a woman that she's interviewing on a podcast happens to have had preeclampsia, well then so has Megan, or had a miscarriage, well then so has Megan. So she's working really hard to convince a skeptical public, increasingly skeptical, as I say. Her little stunt with the mood board, sorry, if I'm misspeaking and making the situation much worse than it already is. Yeah, it's backfired. It's seemingly. So we're going to ask her intentions. What were her intentions with these posts, these pictures? We're going to ask how concerned she is about being possibly exposed, if she did in fact not carry those children herself and availed of the services of a surrogate. How worried is she? We're going to put that hypothetically of being exposed, and we're going to ask, will she be exposed? The outcome if she is exposed. Of course, this is very delicate territory. I personally don't believe that she carried those children. That's my personal opinion. I'm very happy for her to prove me wrong, to come with good evidence, doctors who were involved, who were actually involved, things like that. Love to see it. But of course we need to remind you that this is just tarot and it's for fun and entertainment. It is all speculation or my opinion. And we just read energy here, and we look around these rumors, these strange events, and people, as I say, changing sides, changing their minds after seeing this love board, mood board, or whatever. And of course, there is a disclaimer in the box below. So, Deviant Moon Tarot, underlying energy has the Six of Wands, of victory. It's quite a show-offy energy, the Six of Wands, triumph. See, I'm right, you're wrong. Being cheered, being applauded. There was a lot of, I think, clapping back in that love board. Let's call it a love board, so I don't call it a moon board. And I think that is the energy that's represented by that Six of Wands for me. That sort of victorious, in your face, see, I'm right. Here is my naked bump. I was pregnant. You were wrong. Here is the scan. And yeah, proved beyond a shadow of a doubt. There it is for me in that underlying energy, that Six of Wands. Okay, so what is the situation we are dealing with today? What is going on? Justice. A same kind of energy, because it's got the sense of vindication. Victory is mine. I'm right, you're wrong. And it's a legal card, let's not forget. So if you don't believe me and if you say the wrong thing, I will sue you. It's that kind of energy. I'm proving something that is going to be very hard. Proof. Proof is the word that a lot of people are using about this. She's proving something, and you prove your claim or your defense or whatever in a court of law, justice, legal proceedings. So I think she is working very hard to prove a point here, legally prove it, that would put people on the back foot who doubt her, who question her, who misspeak. And so, of course, we're going to put the allegedly sign on here. And I am going to remind you that this is tarot for fun and entertainment. And this is all my personal opinion and my personal speculation. And as I said, I would like very much to see actual proof that would convince me that she carried those two children herself. Actual proof. So let's have a look at her awareness of all the rumors and the speculation and the questions and the doubt and the suspicion. How aware is she of all of this? Oh, we've got the Magician. The Magician, two things leap at me from this card. First of all, you pull a rabbit out of a hat. You pull a baby out of, well, nothing really. Out of maybe something silicon, sorry. I'm having trouble with my words today for some reason. That's Magician energy, making something out of nothing, creating something out of nothing. But it's also spin, it's PR, it's trying to convince us of something that didn't actually happen. I think I've said two things. Maybe the two things have become one thing in that Magician energy. But it's conjuring. It's awareness that people are suspicious. People aren't believing the evidence. We're back in legalese. We're talking about proof and evidence. People are not believing the evidence of their own eyes. And I'm in the camp of not believing the evidence of my own eyes. I just don't think the way she looked, the way she behaved when she was allegedly pregnant stacks up. That's my personal opinion again. So there we go. That's, I think, very heightened awareness of it and wanting to shush it. So tell us about this love board and how much was she trying to clap back? Was she trying to prove a point? Was she trying to silence the rumors and the speculation, or doesn't she care? Knight of Cups, and cups are of course pregnancy and love and feeling and sympathy, those kinds of things. Persuasive. The Knight of Cups is very persuasive because he woos, he persuades you, he tells you things that you want to hear, and how loved you are, how special you are. those kinds of messages and actions come from the Knight of Cups. So I think that this is an all-out attempt to persuade, to love bomb, to prove a point. Look, see, here is the proof that you're looking for, but proof in a feels kind of way, appealing to people's own emotions, own experiences. But of course, the more she appeals to people's own experiences, the more suspicious they get, and that would include me in the camp of appealing to own experiences and becoming increasingly suspicious. So I'm just saying, but yeah, I think that there was definitely an energy in this Knight of Cups of trying to appeal and persuade and convince, but at an emotional level. So let's see how worried she is about being exposed. If we're going to say, if there is something not altogether true about the pregnancy situation, what she's claiming, what she's presenting, the naked bump and all of that. So if there is some shadiness around there, how worried is she? It's a big if. Let's remember, speculative. How worried is she about being exposed? And we have the Four of Cups in reverse. That is, for me, this card is showing up as, I have to choose my words carefully here. It shows up as a card of not able to maintain a pregnancy. That's how it's showing up. It showed up for me similarly in a reading, I think, yesterday. Note how that cup is falling and how that liquid, that unfortunately red colored liquid, is falling from the cup. It's a rejection card. Whether or not Samantha was right, I think it was Samantha who claimed that Megan had a hysterectomy, or maybe it was her father. I can't remember which member of the family claimed such a thing at some stage. They do claim all kinds of wild things, so I have to say, hand on heart, that I don't know what to think about the Markles and their claims on any given day. So I don't think they are the most truthful bunch. But whatever has been claimed about that card, that Four of Cups, tells me that she has problems with, as I say, with actually being able to carry to term herself. That's how it's reading for me. I'm reading energy. I'm choosing my words as carefully as I possibly can, and also trying not to trigger anyone who might have similar issues. And if you do, you have all my sympathy. The issues that I'm trying to reference obliquely in that Four of Cups energy. The card is in the reverse. It's the rejection card. I think that she's concerned that if, and this is, we have to say, in my opinion, if she hasn't been altogether honest about her pregnancies, let's just put it like that. If the truth were to come out, people would turn against her. And look, they're already turning against her. The love board made them turn against her. Interviews have made them turn against her. Her polling figures are lower than they have ever been. I think her likability is now down to 20% in the UK. I'm not sure where she stands in the US, but in the UK, 20% is shocking. So I think that she's genuinely concerned that if anything were to emerge that questioned the narrative that she has put out, and questioned it in a compelling way, people would really turn against her. She'd have a very hard time trying to claw back any form of sympathy or support, which is why this card is in reverse. It's the try again and try harder card. After being rejected, after being disliked, after failing at something, because people just don't like you, they reject you, then you've got to really work at trying to become a sympathetic character again, Knight of Cups also speaking to this energy for me as an energy reader. I feel like I'm walking through a minefield in this reading. I am, again, just expressing my opinion. This is a speculative reading. We're looking at the energy around the doubts that people have based particularly on this weird love board. Okay. Is she likely to be exposed? Are some truths likely to be revealed around these pregnancies, these mysterious pregnancies? What are we getting here? We've got the Six of Swords and it's in reverse. It looks like she's not going to wriggle out of this one very easily, because the Six of Swords is the moving away from conflict and difficulty, and especially with swords, it's things that you have thought or articulated, expressed, because it's speech and ideas, a spoken word, things like that, the written word. So, for instance, if you wrote an article or an opinion piece or whatever for the New York Times about a miscarriage, and then it turned out that, well, you didn't actually have one, it would be very difficult to wriggle out of that if it was exposed at some stage. And the Six of Swords is that energy of not being able to put this behind you and forget about it and move on. People are going to keep reminding. We're in that world where the internet is forever, and there are other celebrities who are finding that out the hard way at the moment. That's things that they thought they'd buried. No, people remember. People go and find the evidence, and up it goes on wherever, whatever social media platform. And I think Meghan is in for that kind of discovery as well. There's another legal term, discovery. Interesting that justice is at the core of this. We're really reading from her point of view, so what she believes is justice and fairness and all that kind of stuff. But other people could see justice in a very different way and call for justice in a very different way as well. I'm just saying, that's the energy that's coming through that Six of Swords card in reverse. If truths were to emerge, hypothetically speaking, what would it do to her in the eyes of the public or the royals, whatever? I'm leaving it open-ended. How would it go for her personally? Not Harry, not any of that, not the kids, whatever universe wants to tell us today. Oh, we've got the Queen of Cups in reverse. So this desire that she has to be relatable, to be Mummy Diana, who is Queen of Cups upright, this desire that she has to be a likable person, relatable person, Diana too, this mother character. She's really reframing herself at the moment as a mother. And I think that, was it the living Nostradamus who said she would write a book at some stage about being a mother? Look, if she wrote a book about being a mother who was not able to physically carry her own children, that would be an interesting story. That would be relatable. But if she's trying to present herself as just this sort of iconic mother figure without, in my opinion, being honest about how she came to be a mother, then she's in for a world of trouble, because the Queen of Cups in reverse is cold and unnatural, is kind of Lady Macbeth energy. And Lady Macbeth often shows up in these readings. Interestingly, she's showing up again for me as an energy reader in that Queen of Cups in reverse. People would find her quite chilling and quite strange and unnatural. That's how I'm reading the energy. This again is just my opinion and my speculation, my energy reading. Please do your own research. Disclaimer in the box below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.